Good afternoon. Um, my name is Lisa Tench. I am a resident of Clayton County, Georgia, and I have been a resident of Clayton County for the last um, 14 years or more. I just want to, and also I live in Riverdale, Georgia, so a little suburbs outside Atlanta, about 20 minutes outside Atlanta, Georgia. But I wanted to try to address this here, is try to make it short as possible, not something long out. But just want to tell my situation because I have done everything that I possibly could do to try to save my home. But unfortunately, I was not able to successfully do that because of my local government. Well, in 2006, I was awarded a grant to rehab to rehabilitate my home in 2000. It really actually happened in 2006 and 7, and the contractor that was actually doing the work to the house was a good friend of the county, and the work was so poorly done by the contractor. It put it into a lot of codes and violation of the county codes. I never seen this here before in my day of my life, but if someone would have told me this would never happen, I would not believe it. But anyway, in 2007, the county rewarded this contractor this money, and they paid every bit of it in full without the work actually being done to the home. And I had no say so over that. And then we got a second contractor in there who actually got paid $11,000. And then we had a third contractor to come in there who the county fire chief brought into his friends, and he was awarded from $38,000 to $40,000 for work that had not been done. But in the meantime, in 2008, and let me go back from 2006 up into 2008, this kind of money was paid out. 76,000, 11,000, and between 38 and $40,000. But that, but it was more actually than that because we was in a hotel for 3 years, which is county up and put us in a hotel because they refused to rebuild the house back. But anyway, 2008, the fire chief had initially done some things that at the time I did not understand. I did not know. I was very ill at the time. And so the fire chief took initiative to tear the house down with a mortgage from Wells Fargo, FHA mortgage, that was still remaining on the home. In 2008, they demolished this house and left the loan on the house, a FHA loan, did not clear the loan up. And with that kind of ticked some bugs off with me. I got aired on Channel 2, WSB News, actually three times concerning this matter. But in the meantime, they demolished this house, leaving a mortgage on this house, and I was paying for a mortgage for 2 years, and there was no house. It just was an empty lot on this house. There was no house, it was just an empty vacant lot. And the county had given me a letter saying that they was going to rebuild this house back, but unfortunately, they did not build the house back. It's been ever since 2008, and this is 2012, going on 2013, and I still had not got this house. They promised to, and I have a signed letter from the county and the whole 9 yards. But let me, kind of share some light to why am I doing this here. I'm doing this because the fact that I've been fighting for my house ever since 2007, and I have went to every meaning way, follow protocol to try to get someone to initiative to help me with this situation that I was having. But this is my reason for it. Number one, they demolished your house with a mortgage on it from FHA. Number two, they left a loan for me to pay for. Then they evicted me from the hotel within 7 days after they demolished this house. I was in an apartment. They evicted me out the apartment 3 times just because the county just wanted me to go away. And I would not go away. And wind up, the county left me in debt. with light bill $900 and some dollars, rent $3,700, and I mean it just physically has drained me financially. Just because the fact I have been the bigger person to follow protocol on what you should do, and in the meantime, that has not happened with the protocol that should have been done. I have had an attorneys who the attorney did not work well with me because the fact that I wanted the case to continue to move on, and they wanted to legally drag the case out because of who is involved in this case. Well, let me just tell you little things that really has happened. It really has stirred me up and stirred, I know, the community up as well. That when they demolished this house, no one ever went to court on it. No one ever went to code enforcement on it. Matter of fact, nobody ever went to the tax assessment to report that this house has been demolished. Only until I found out that I was still paying the amount of taxes on this house as though if it was a house there, but basically it was not a house there. And I had to go to the county's office and allow them and tell them that I did not had his house demolished, and they did not know that the house had been demolished either. For code and enforcement of Clayton County do not have any records of this here. And with this here, all activity and stuff just been happening is to the point where if you have amount of money as over $500,000 been spent on my house alone, and I don't and as of this day that we're talking about 11/13/2012, I still don't have a house, and for this kind of money to be dispersed me out like this here, that should be a flag raised up here. um, you have the fire chief who has initiative to take over as though he was the person involved in the house. I have documents proving that the fire chief signed off on my house as though he was the owner of this house. So these are some of the things that has been happening.